Coming back to the water aspect, I think we can expand a little bit there. In cementing, as we talked earlier, where moving from fresh water into well-site water and how that affected the chemistries of the recipe, where PDO and Abraj had to work together to come up with a proper recipe that could actually facilitate such thing. Besides the MPT that could be avoided by using fresh water, I think there was other aspects such as movements and other things that perhaps you can
Indeed,
elaborate on.
indeed, there
Yeah.
is. I will maybe spotlight into three values by just replacing the fresh water by well water and using the brackish water. Today we eliminate massive amount of fresh water used in our daily operation, and the result of that, we stop the logistic required to provide this water. So we stop the unloading, loading, trucks movement, and as we eliminated the logistics completely from the process, by default we reduce fuel consumption.
Correct.
And if you reduce fuel consumption, that means we contributed to the environment by environmental solution, reducing CO2 emission to the environment.
True, true, true. So such a successful story and between Abraj and PDO, what made it work? What is the key aspects that make such a collaboration successful from your point of view?
There is many factors actually play major roles for this successful partnership between Abraj and Video. But I will focus on the main and the most powerful one, is that we have the same goal. Both Abraj and Video work to save the country, work to save Oman,
Right.
work for Oman. And I think this theme was the secret behind the success of this partnership.
Agreed, 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 Nasser. Choosing the right partner is a challenging and is very important. From PDO's perspective, with such high, complex, and high stakes, drilling gas rigs and exploration and stuff, uh, what makes the difference for PDO? When you're looking for a strategic service provider, what does PDO look for in a strategic service provider?
Actually, BDO are looking for different elements, and I will start the top priority element in BDO is safety. So we always, when we are looking for a strategic service provider, we are looking for safety as top priority in BDO, then sustainable performance, commitment, as well in-country values. In addition to that, that will keep you in the business indeed, but will never expand and grow any local service provider business. So if local are planning to expand and grow an oil field business, they need to move out of the comfort zone, uh, accepting more challenges, expand their knowledge up to international level. And there is many good example of local service provider who today are operating beyond even the GCC, moving forward to the international market.
Right? True, true. We'll jump to the environment and sustainability. So sustainability used to be a buzzword used here and there, but recently it has skipped that part where people actually do care about it. People are pushing for it to be implemented, whether it comes from supply chain or operations. So can you tell us more about the environmental impact factors in PDO's approach and how Abrash supported in this thing?
Indeed, Mohammed, as you highlighted, environment is a critical factor in our business, and as we speak today, there is a KPI to reduce CO2 emission across all operators as well across all service providers, and that just to reduce the impact on the global warming. Um, and I have very good example from the integrated work between PDO and Abraj on replacing propant for frac operation. We use propant just to keep the frac open, and we are now moving forward to replace this by natural sand. The disadvantage of the propant is manufactured in a thermal cell, and that produce massive amount of CO2 emission to the environment. Um, by replacing propane by natural sand, will move to zero emission in this aspect. So we are moving forward, and I think the trials will be very soon using approach.
Well, let's hope that works, and
Yeah.
that would be very helpful for us here in Oman. So, when it comes to investing, it's not only the environment that we really need to take care of, and it's also the people, right? So, something that really PDO cares about, and I think that is something shared between PDO and Abraj, is that we invest in people, and something I'm really proud of, and I've seen it, and especially with you, Nasser. You've always been pushing, whether it's Abraj or other service companies or in PDO itself, ensuring that your people are always, thriving to achieve better, to go to higher places, and there is always, for example, for Abraj, I remember working with you and trying to make sure that there is a clear, learning curve for the employees that we have. So, can you tell us more about, the importance of, trying to grow with the Umani people, and how would that impact video, and how is Abraj doing in that perspective?
Sure, sure, Mohammed. In country value is a critical subject, and it is for the benefit of the country. Abraj was one of the few local service providers who are operating by 100% Omanis. And that shows how serious Abraj management on Omanization. In addition to that, investing on institute required capex and opex as well, which is massive amount of money. But even though Abraj build that environment for their employees just to enhance their learning curve and reach, the right technical level. In addition to that, just in the past question, we highlighted, the natural science.
Right.
It's not only about people, it's also about the material itself. And today we are aiming to replace external imported propane by Omani natural sand, and that will add another credit to our ICP element.
Great. To be honest, that was the last thing I wanted to leave our panel discussion here, or our interview with Nasser. I'm sure there's plenty to talk about, but
Indeed.
time is limited. I really appreciate and thank Nasser for
Shukran.
being with us here today. It was a great discussion. Hopefully, we've learned something, all of us, and thank you again, Nasser, for being with us here today.
Thank you, Mohammed.
Thank you.